with my Professor Kitabayashi, and we already did my DNA's video, and next we are going to uploading making a new my cousin's video. So let's see. Let's look what happened for him. And this is exactly same. My DNA name and his DNA name is matched.
Y chromosome.
Y chromosome, and it's DM174. It means we are cousin by scientific reason, or also
male line.
Yeah. And the mother's DNA name is C41, C4A, 1A, 1A. Okay. As the same routine, I'm asking my professor what he wants to look at in this in his.
Okay, well,
research.
BJ, thank you for letting me be here. It's interesting for me that your Y chromosome DNA is this same haplogroup. This means that sometime in the past, it could be even 200. It could be 200 years. It could be 2,000 years. But sometime in the past, there is one man that is your male line ancestor. Your relatives, my grandfathers, grandfathers, whatever, or the same for you, but eventually it's the same man. But the mitochondrial DNA is different. But before looking at those, I would like for us to look at his autosomal DNA, because that shows if he has anyone who is closely related to him in this database. By closely related, we're talking about less than 8 generations. Okay, San, can you check on the matches so that we can see? And there will be private information, so I need to hide that.
Okay. Let's see the matches, if somebody there or not.
Oh, there are two people.
2 people, wow.
See, when we did this for you, there was nobody.
Yeah.
But in his case, there are 2 people.
2 people. Why this kinds of that?
And I can see the names.
Yeah.
And one of the names is probably Magar, which is what we would expect. The other name, though, is interesting because the other name is a name of someone who comes from Scotland.
Scotland, wow.
But both are 5th cousins, which would mean 7 generations.
7 generations.
From him.
Yeah.
But nobody is related to you. These 2 people don't appear on your site, and he doesn't appear either. So he has matches, you don't have matches. You're even in the autosomal DNA. Can we go back?
Okay. Wow, this is very amazing.
Okay. Now I think it would be good if we could go to ancient origins. Just below matches.
Okay, let's see the ancient origins.
Okay, we looked at this later after your last after you made your video before, and what we found out was this is for European people.
Yes.
And European people get their DNA from different sources.
Yeah.
It's not just one group of people. And in your case, 15% of your DNA is where they say Metal Age invader.
Yes.
Now, what this means is Bronze Age. It's probably 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 years ago. And there were groups of people who, like Mongolians, they were riding horses, and but they were using bronze weapons, and they invaded Europe. one part of your relative's DNA, 10%, and then for your own DNA it was 15%.
15%, yes.
Yeah.
You're right.
So this is the same type of DNA of people who invaded Europe maybe 3,000-4,000 years ago. So at least some people you have a distant relationship came from what is now Mongolia or from southern Siberia or from China, and they invaded Europe. Okay, can we go back, please?
Back, okay.
But his also, that's interesting. Can we go from ancient origins to my origins?
My origins.
And this is where we look at your male line relatives background. See? Okay.
Very exactly same like
Well,
mine.
we'll take a look. We'll
Yeah.
take a look. Okay. Can you do
He's East Asian is
83?
83%.
But yours was only 78. There is a difference.
Yeah, a little bit different. 5% difference.
Okay, but what we can see is Northeast Asian, statistically, it's the same.
Yeah, same. It is very, very, very same.
Yours was 52%. His is 51. So for Northeast Asia, that's the same. Also
Same.
Siberia.
So, yeah, Siberia also same.
Exactly. Yours was 6%. His is 6%.
Yes.
Okay. Now difference is coming. I see a difference in Southeast Asia.
Yes.
His is how much?
26%.
Yours was much lower.
Yeah, mine is 20%.
About 20%.
Yeah.
Okay. But then we go to Central South Asia.
Okay.
And this is also the Dravidian part of India.
India, yeah.
But it's less than yours. Yours was 20%.
20%, yes.
His is 15%.
15%.
So what we're seeing is the Northeast Asian part is very stable. Yours is about Northeast Asia. His DNA, your DNA, it's almost exactly the same in terms of percentage. So
yeah.
He is a Bijaya Thapa, and you are a Bijaya Thapa, but you have no autosomal DNA connection, which means you must be have an 8-generation separation.
Yes.
At least.
Yeah, it is true.
Yeah, that would be at least 250 years.
250 years.
But we can check and see about, if we go back, we can go to the Y chromosome.
Okay, let's see the
trace element,
okay.
trace results.
Yes.
Oceania?
Oceania is only 2%.
Well, yours was 2% too, I think.
Yes.
Less than 2. So that's the same.
But 1% is mine is American, but he has
nothing.
Nothing.
Okay.
Okay, this is gonna faster because we already mentioned on these kinds of things and
before. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go to Y chromosome and see is there any
matches?
Any matches? Y chromosome matches?
No.
Nothing.
No, nothing. Yeah.
So, but you both are the same haplogroup.
Yes, same haplogroup or area also same or anything else.
Now, because there is no Y chromosome match, this means your connection is more than just 250 years. This is, I read something about the Russian, the Romanov dynasty. And based on what I read there, I am thinking that your connection with your relative has to be perhaps about 1,000 to 2,000 years ago.
Wow.
So Bijaya Thapa has to be a very old Thapa group.
Yeah.
Whether it's inside of Nepal or whether it's from Burma or Myanmar or whether it's coming from China, but it's not, Bijaya Thapa is not a recent. It's not a recent Nepalese group. It's not something that was branched off 100, 200 years ago. It's much older.
Okay. Yeah, I imagine that difference between my cousin or my grandfather.
Mm.
So it's mean might be somehow somewhere might be it's gonna like differences
Mm.
or yeah.
Okay, so if we look at we can go to the Y chromosome. What about
Let's see the migration map.
Yeah, migration maps would be very good.
Might be same.
Oh no, migration maps would be exactly the same. I'm sorry.
I think maybe
it's exactly the same because it's the same DM174.
Oh,
so
yeah.
It is. So we don't need to look at that anymore. People can see that on your
my first video.
On your first video, yes.
Okay. Same. This
exactly the same. So we go back.
Okay.
Okay, now what will be different
might be different here
is because that's a different haplogroup for the mitochondrial DNA.
Yeah,
so
right.
what we should do is let's go to maybe the two places we should see are migration maps and haplogroup origins. Maybe even matches. I don't know.
Matches. Okay, let's see from matches.
Yeah.
Might be somebody there. Oh no.
Oh, just a moment.
Yeah, but there is little bit informations. Born over Kasi. Oh no.
Oh, okay, it's coming. Let's see. Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay, there is.
Kazakhstan, Mr. Captain, or something like KZ.
Oh, there is one match.
One match.
And the match is in Kazakhstan.
Wow.
Okay.
But we don't show this because of
yeah, no, we don't show that. Let's go.
Privacy, so sorry. Okay, this is very interesting.
Okay. And then we well, that's interesting. He has many matches.
Yeah, he has many matches. Might be his like his all things are pure.
Yeah.
And that why his DNA is very old than mine.
Well, I don't know.
That's a reason he has
I don't think so. I don't think so. Maybe his ancestors are more curious about. Maybe they're more curious about getting to know people from other countries.
Maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah. So we did. We don't need. Migration map would be different, and haplogroup origins would be different because the mitochondrial DNA is different.
Okay, let's see the migration map.
Okay.
Wow.
Well,
not that much different, but
yeah, there is see.
Yeah.
You go ahead.
Okay, root is kinds of haplogroups root, or but in my case, my mother's DNA line is this one. So it means might be my ancestor married with somebody outer person.
No, but look, it's very close to where his would be.
Yeah,
see, it goes up.
Case, like
yeah, but look, the sea goes into northern China.
Yeah.
Okay, and then it goes to North America.
North America, yeah. Wow.
But you see, there are many people living in that part of Asia. This is a very heavily populated area. But in North America, North American Indians, that's not a heavily populated part of the world. So, what we can say is that there would be many more people. Well, anyway, let's look at the frequencies and see.
Okay, frequency map. Wow. America or...
Okay, we'll start off with China.
China, okay.
And what is the percentage?
Okay, this is 2.21%.
Okay, well, let's think now. Probably right now, in this part of China, we are looking at perhaps, say, 200 million people.
Yeah.
And so you've got maybe 2% of 200 million people.
Yeah,
That's about
you're
4 million people with
right.
this type of mitochondrial DNA.
Mm.
But then go to America.
Okay. Oh, this is very huge percentage.
What, 20?
22.99%. It's
Okay.
almost like 23%.
Okay, now let's say that 1 out of every 4 North American Indians
Mm.
have this type of DNA. Actually, it's not quite that much. And if we think that many people in Mexico are Indian ancestry,
Yeah.
then we can take, but they also, many people in Mexico have Spanish and so black ancestry. So let's say half of Mexico's population is about 15 million. And then American and Canadian with maybe about 50 million with Indian ancestry, and then maybe 2-3 million people in America and Canada with Indian ancestry. So we're looking at maybe 50-60 million people and 20% of that.
Mm.
So we're looking at roughly about 3 million people.
3 million
So
people.
even today,
Yeah.
we would see probably more people in Asia with this haplo group than would live in North America. The percentage in North America is much higher, but numbers of people probably in Asia are greater. So I think his ancestry is just like yours, male and female.
Yeah.
That the beginning must be in northeast China. And because we cannot identify him with you as a close relative,
Yes,
and
you're
there are many we're seeing many differences here. Then, what I think is that that Dishwa Thapa line again, I think must be a very old Magar Thapa group, and that at least this Thapa group has to have its beginnings in northeast China.
Yes, you are right. Okay, then we go to the another parts. Okay, migration map. Okay,
Haplogroup origins.
origins.
Let's see what we have there.
No matches found here, but this one matches.
Oh, that's the match in Kazakhstan.
Kazakhstan.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. That pretty much has him covered. So my conclusion is, okay, he's a Dishwa Thapa, and you're a Dishwa Thapa, but you're genetically distant enough that it doesn't show up as, you're not a close relative.
Yeah.
But it's clear that you have a male line ancestry together, but it's very distant. So the conclusion just goes back, it looks like Dishwa Thapas probably are coming from northeast China, and it's probably an old family, at least inside of Nepal. It must be a couple of, maybe 1,000, 2,000 years old, and neither of these tests can prove that Dishwa Thapas are really Magar. What is a Magar? I don't think you've answered yet, but your identity is Magar, and your mother language is Magar, so I think that's the key point.
Yeah.
And what we need to see is other groups of Magars, people who are other Thapa groups.
Yeah. My personally request is if some muggers wants to check their DNA test, then it might be helpful for us, or it might know the actually Magar means what kinds of things.
Okay. Now, right now, Ancestry DNA is more popular, but I think it would be helpful if, for research purposes, if we can do work using family tree DNA.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. And today's video is this. We finish here, and we know the lots of things, so might be we will make more improve future. All videos, creating videos, and also our research will be gone.
Especially our research.
Yeah, especially our research will be gone increasing later. And please comment and please subscribe our channel. And if you have any questions or any information or any kinds of suggestion, please let us know, and by comment or by email.
Okay, I have one comment, one last comment.
Okay.
Everybody, please cooperate with my student and my son, with Bijaya Thapa. He is doing very important work because the Magar people have no history yet. No history that goes beyond the last 300 years or so. But a nation, a group, a people that has no history is this type of people will always repeat history. And my analysis of Magar history so far is that every 20 or 30 years, young Magar men join armies to fight wars for another nation, whether it's for the Nepalese rulers, the kings of Nepal. The armies were were Magar. Or if it's the Indian army, the Magar people are fighting for India against Pakistan or against China.
You're right.
Or for the British, where Magar people were fighting for the British in all countries in the world, including the Falkland Islands. So this is not. This is something that I think is wrong. Not necessarily fighting, but repeating history, always repeating the same history, always fighting someone else's war because Magar people don't have a history, don't know their history, and so they always act in the same way. This needs to be changed. If this is changed, Magar people can develop, Magar language can develop, the Magar world can change in a very profound way. So I'm asking everybody to please do your best to cooperate with BJ.
Thank you, Reddy.
Okay.
And thank you very much for everyone who are watched my video. Okay, see you in next video. Thank you very much.